The problem. One parent, one language. Why is it hard? Why is it hard? It's not because Spanish is hard. It's because English is easier. It's easier for adult conversation. It's easier to express myself to my partner. And to be completely honest, it's easier for me in general because that's been my dominant language for most of my life. Hola, mamás. Hola, mamacitas. A ver, everyone tells you to speak the minority language with your child, but almost nobody talks about what happens when your English speaking partner, husband, walks through the door. That's the moment bilingualism is either protected or slowly starts slipping away. Did you think this was going to be hard? Whenever I was pregnant and I would talk to my partner, I didn't think about it at all. I didn't think about if it was going to be hard or not. I just decided, I was like, I really want to teach her Spanish. And I'll say that the first year, yeah, I spoke to her in Spanish, but not with the intentionality that I have now. She even went to daycare for, let's see, it was about 8 months. That's English. That was English all day. I wasn't really worrying about it. But I started to. I started to worry about it because I realized, oh, I want her to be bilingual and she's answering me in English. And I just didn't give it a lot of thought. I think I've said this about 15 times already. Is this supposed to be hard? Is it supposed to be difficult to have a bilingual kid? Why does it feel so difficult? It's not. I think I'm an overthinker. I can be a perfectionist, which is not a good thing. And I notice all the times that she's answering me in English, and I start to freak out, like, oh my gosh, I need to protect Spanish. And I think that's a good thing. I think because I really want her to be fluent in Spanish. She's a little over 2.5. Her language is really starting. She's speaking in sentences. I have the evidence of, oh, English is very easy for her to pick up because of all her family here in Texas speaks English. They don't speak Spanish. The Spanish speakers are actually living in Mexico, and my sister who lives in Boston. So that's a long distance and they're not around all the time. So I don't have that village to constantly be reinforcing Spanish and having conversations with people all the time. We're doing one parent, one language. I speak Spanish. Dad speaks English. During the day, we're completely Spanish. Then my partner comes home and it's English. So suddenly my brain wants to switch to English. My comfort is in English because that's my comfort with my partner. Our goal is to teach our daughter Spanish. So how are we going to achieve that? And we had to have that conversation, and we have to continue to have that conversation. And what he actually brought up, he said, I want to learn Spanish as well. Keep speaking in Spanish because I'm picking it up. Well, you can say that, but then on a day-to-day, it's kind of like, it gets tiring. It does. It really does. I think the baseline rule that I've established is that I'm going to only speak in Spanish to my daughter. I'm going to speak in English to him. Option A. Option B, I'm going to speak in Spanish to him and translate it to English. And option C, which is total rock star level, I'm going to speak in Spanish the whole time that my daughter is awake, and he's going to pick up things as he can. And we fluctuate through those 3 different ways of interacting, depending on what kind of day he's had, what kind of day I've had. Do we really need to talk about something? Is there anything important that we need to discuss amongst us that I'm not going to sit here and answer you in Spanish when you're trying to have a more serious conversation about something, or but it just depends. Here's one thing I've noticed is that it kind of immediately disconnects us a little bit. It does. So for me, that's the one thing about that method of that total immersion makes it more difficult. So it has to be in the right timing. Sometimes somebody's got a bad day. Sometimes he's stressed. Sometimes I'm stressed. Life is lifing and you just want to connect. And so he comes home and he wants to tell me about his day and he's trying to talk to me and he's like, oh, my gosh, you know what happened? And then this took me so long. And then I had this happen over here. And I'm like, de veras, dime más y luego qué pasó, cuéntame. And he's just like, woman, stop. And that's okay. It's always a balancing act. But as long as the most important thing is still intact, which is I speak Spanish to my daughter. Let me tell you what she started doing. And she's pointing to her animal book and she goes, Mama, ¿qué es eso? And it's a pig. And I said, Es un cerdo. And she goes, No, it's a pig. Girl, it's a cerdo. I need to make sure I tell her, Mama habla español. If you start slipping, she's only 2. It'll be gone by 5. So that's why the Spanish protective order is intact, is in place. Mom only speaks Spanish. I'm not out here saying that 100,000% of the time, because there are times when I say things in English. For example, the other night, I was saying goodnight to her. I know I keep saying I always speak to her in Spanish. I always speak to her in Spanish. But there's sometimes that, yes, she hears me say some things in English. It's the truth. So putting her to bed, le dije, buenas noches, mi amor, te quiero mucho, un beso, mwah. I love you. I said, I love you. I said it in English. It's not, she's not gonna be like, oh, I caught you. You know English, mama. I'm not speaking to you in Spanish anymore. Just let things go and go with the flow. And we're just adding on that culture and her heritage. And that's very important. But I don't want to get so lost in the sauce here that I'm not enjoying my day to day. So I'm not going to beat myself up for saying, excuse me. So I'm not going to beat myself up. So can I talk? I don't think I can. So I'm not going to beat myself. So I'm not going to beat myself up for saying some things in English. You just notice, and it really is it is consistency. It's not perfection. What is it? Snap. We can't be perfect. End of the day, I've got a beautiful child. She's healthy. She's happy. She can hear. She can talk. She's totally fine. Why does bilingualism matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? You know what I've noticed? I have a different personality in Spanish. I'm a slightly different person in Spanish. It's really weird and it's really cool. And it's because I learned how to express myself in Spanish, to develop a personality in Spanish. I'm not just translating the words. I have a Mexican personality. So it goes so much deeper than just the words. It's a becoming. It is a maybe this shouldn't be in here because it's gonna be popping in and out of the thing. It's already here. Leave it there. So I have multiple personalities. If you speak more than one language, do you feel like you have multiple personalities? You do. I do too. I noticed when I go to Mexico, there's a different side that comes out. It's a different person. It's me, but it's different. I'm not just translating the words. I'm soy Andrea. Here I'm Andrea. Or if you can say Andrea, then I'm Andrea. But when I go to Mexico, when my family visits and I start talking, there's a different flavor that's in there. It's because I'm not translating. It's because I grew up with it. It's because I developed that part of myself in Spanish. I developed language, conversations, connecting with people, expressing myself. It creates a different version of yourself. And I want that for my daughter because I know what it's like. It's amazing. It's so enriching. And you have people in your life that only speak that language. important people, family that only speak a different language, and let's connect everybody. And if I can do that, why not? If I can give her that, why not? So that's what we're doing. Okay, what gets overlooked? Children don't just learn vocabulary, they learn, when do we use this language? So this goes into, she's not just learning the language, she's learning, when do I use this language? How much of this do I really need to know? Do I really need to know how to give mom attitude in Spanish? Do I really need to know if I just need to ask for milk or ask for something? Do I need to know? Do I need to know how to say, "Mom, I don't feel good," or do I need to know just, where's the bathroom? There's the kitchen. There's the milk. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? How much do I want her to know? Is this just educational, or is this spiritual? Not spiritual. Is this educational, or is this um, part of who she really is? What is a freaking word? Developmental, just part of her development. When she gets older, I want her to be able to come to me and say, "Mamá, ¿sabes qué me pasó en la escuela hoy?" And I want her to tell me the story in Spanish. I want her to give me the details in Spanish. No que la maestra me dijo, no, es que llegué a la escuela y cuando me acerqué a fulanita que me dijo tal cosa, que el Rodrigo vino, Rodrigo. Do we even hear that name anymore? Rodrigo. That's a hard one to say. When she can say that, I'll be impressed. That's 2 R rolls. Rodrigo. Quiero que me pueda contar sobre su día en español, que me pueda decir, mami, ¿sabes quién no tiene pelos en la lengua? And to gossip with me and to tell me the stuff in Spanish, to spill the tea. I don't know what the kids are saying now, how you say spill the tea in Spanish. No idea. So I need her to learn Spanish so she can let me know what's up, because I don't know. That's the main reason we're doing this. So here's the mindset. First of all, I'm so grateful to be a mom. I'm so grateful to be a mom, that I have a healthy little girl, a healthy, happy, full of attitude little girl, and just keeping that at the forefront, and that I'm giving her Spanish because I want to enrich her life. I don't want to diminish my experience of raising her with it. I want to enrich it. I want it to be enriching all the way around. So I need to control my own panic. I need to control my own state of mind. And I'm the only person who's speaking Spanish with her, and it's going to be fine. And music is amazing. Music does a lot for you. Just sing a song in Spanish. I sing nursery rhymes in Spanish to her. I make them up. I make up the words and I sing them to her. And she sings a lot of things in Spanish. Read books in Spanish. Just do everything in Spanish. If your kid's not answering you back in Spanish, you got to put on some cool stuff that's in Spanish so that they'll want to. Music is just an amazing way to do it. I feel like the more she sees that mom speaks Spanish to me, I only speak Spanish to her, and I want that to be really ingrained. That's our relationship. It's in Spanish. I never correct her. She can respond however she wants. I just consistently continue to model Spanish back to her 99% of the time. Okay? And her dad makes it so hard. He makes it so difficult. Just kidding. Her dad's great. He really encourages me to speak in Spanish whenever he's around. He wants to learn. Not 100% of the time, okay? He's super excited, super on board, super supportive about the whole process, and we just day by day, week by week, and we just continue to go over why we want to do this for her. It is a team effort. He drops in some Spanish here and there, which is pretty cool. He'll drop a little word here and there, a little hola, a little buenas noches, a little te quiero. He drops it in there, sprinkle a little tajín in there. That's fun. It's fun. It's really fun. It's fun to be like, estamos hablando español. Woo woo. So anyway, every time I choose Spanish and when it's uncomfortable, then I'm choosing what I want for her future. I'm choosing for that long-term benefit. I'm choosing for the Spanish-speaking little girl that I'm going to have that's going to have these conversations in Spanish with me. It's going to come home from school and tell me about stuff in Spanish, that we're going to have little inside jokes in Spanish. We're going to call family, go to Mexico City and have her be able to go around and just merge in with everybody and be part of the conversation and joke and have fun. And I'm so excited to see that. And I just keep thinking about that. I'm so impressed with her little language right now and the things she's saying. And she's starting to put together sentences in Spanish. And it's very, very cool to see. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of myself for continuing to do this. I'm very proud of my partner for being so supportive of everything. And it's just a work in progress. And we're not perfect. We're consistent. And it's something that's at the forefront that we practice every day. Every time I choose Spanish in one of those uncomfortable moments, I'm voting for the person I hope she'll become 10 years from now. Fluent children aren't created in one decision. They're created in the thousands of tiny little ones that you make, just the little things you do every day. Sasha's down there. She didn't want to sit with me this time. Okay. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hasta la próxima.